Welcome to an exploration of one of the most fundamental concepts in thermodynamics, the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. It's a powerful idea that helps us understand how molecules, seemingly acting chaotically, actually follow predictable patterns in their speeds. But instead of diving into complex equations, we're going to build an intuition for why this distribution exists and how molecules decide their speeds. Imagine a gas inside a container. It's not a static environment. Billions upon billions of molecules are in constant, random motion, colliding with each other and the walls of the container. These aren't all moving at the same speed. Some are fast, some are slow, and most are somewhere in between. Temperature is our macroscopic measure of the average kinetic energy of these molecules. If you heat the gas, you're essentially adding energy, causing the molecules to move faster on average. If you cool it, they slow down. The relationship is direct. Higher temperature means higher average kinetic energy, which implies higher average speed. Specifically, kinetic energy is given by 1/2 mv squared. Crucially, these molecules are not isolated. They are constantly colliding. Think of it like a massive game of billiards. When two molecules collide, they exchange energy and momentum. A fast molecule might hit a slow one, transferring some of its energy and slowing down, while the other speeds up. Over time, these collisions lead to a constant redistribution of energy among the molecules. Because of these incessant collisions, no single molecule maintains a constant speed for long. Its speed is constantly changing. Trying to track every single molecule would be an impossible task. However, when we look at the system as a whole, a statistical pattern emerges. This is where the power of statistics comes in. We can predict the overall behavior without knowing the specifics of each individual. Consider a very large number of collisions happening continuously. At any given moment, some molecules will have just gained a lot of energy from a collision, while others will have lost most of theirs. This constant exchange naturally leads to a spread of speeds. It's similar to how grades in a large class often follow a bell curve, a few very high, a few very low, and most clustered around the average. Two primary factors influence the shape of this distribution: the temperature of the gas and the mass of the molecules. At a higher temperature, the entire distribution shifts towards higher speeds, and the curve broadens. For lighter molecules like helium, they tend to move faster on average at the same temperature than heavier molecules like xenon because they need less energy to achieve higher speeds. The Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution graphically depicts the spread. It's a probability density function, meaning that the area under the curve between two speeds tells you the probability of finding a molecule with a speed in that range. The curve starts at zero speed, rises to a peak, and then gradually tapers off for higher speeds. It never touches zero again, indicating that there's always a tiny but non-zero probability of finding extremely fast molecules. The peak of the curve represents the most probable speed, the speed that the largest fraction of molecules possess. To the right of the peak, you'll find the average speed, and slightly further, the root mean squared speed. These different measures of speed highlight that average can mean different things, but all are derived from the underlying distribution. In essence, the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution tells us that molecular speeds are not random in an unpredictable way, but rather follow a specific, predictable statistical pattern dictated by temperature and mass. It's a testament to how order can emerge from microscopic chaos, underpinning everything from chemical reaction rates to the behavior of gases in our atmosphere.